Morning guys. Well, it's been pretty chilly the last little while. I'm not sure if you can see it in the camera or not, but we're actually getting a bit of snow. I just came back from run out of town working, and the 9 days I was gone it snowed every single day. So it's time to start thinking winter around here, and that means the chicken coop. It's important to make sure that the chickens have water, kind of first and foremost. That water needs to not freeze. They're not going to peck through a bunch of ice to get water. They also require some daylight. Right now it's about 8:15. You really couldn't walk around out here until probably 7:30, almost 8. And you know, we are going to have the time flip soon, so that'll help give us more daylight in the mornings, but it really doesn't stretch out the amount of sunshine in a day. So I think we lose around here about 3 minutes a day of daylight, and that's substantial when you look at it by the end of the month. That's 90 minutes, that's an hour and a half. I pay attention to that just because I hunt and I want to know when my hours of hunting are. So we're going to run an extension cord. I got an outlet on the far side of the house, and I stick it in between the house and the deck, and then I just run it a small stretch. And there's a plug up under the coop that I just plug the extension cord in, and it feeds into a little box that I've got a couple receptacles. And from there we have the heated hot water, or the heated waterer. We have just a regular light bulb that's on a timer. Usually I set it for about 12 or 13 hours, give or take. And then I've got an additional heat lamp. I think it's a 150 watt heat lamp that's on a thermostat, so when it goes down to about 35, I think it comes on Fahrenheit, and when it goes up to 45 Fahrenheit it shuts off. So I'm probably not going to set that up just yet, but I think I will clean everything up because everything's pretty dusty in there from the shavings and all that good stuff. It's a dust factory in there. Chickens are dusty little critters, they like dust. So we'll get, I think, the water set up today, or at least looked at. Light for sure, because right now they're really producing well as far as the egg production goes, and we want to keep it that way. So get some light on in there for the girls. Like I said, my wife leaves around 6:30 or so, and it's still not light for another hour and a half almost. So I don't want her opening the chicken coop and then having predators get in there and eat all our chickens while she's gone. I know that she would feel pretty bad if she came home and all the chickens were tore up. So that's the plan for right now. Of course, we got a little bit of snow, which is kind of nice. This in-between stuff I'm not a big fan of, but let's start tackling this. Alright guys, well, we got a new extension cord, a nice thick 100-footer. This is 14 gauge. So it's a lot better than the cord I was using. That red cord is supposed to be an outdoor cord as well, but I think we've had it out for probably 3 years now, and it's super stiff. It's like cardboard. It's like a frozen garden hose almost. So a good time to change it. I know the far end, actually both ends, right at the receptacles where you would like you pull on it, right where it goes into the plug. It's really starting to split right here and right here is starting to split, and before anyone gets zapped or anything like that, we'll put a new cord. What I do is I run it right here at this receptacle here, and then it goes along the edge of the deck to the back side of the house, and then it cuts across on an angle to the chicken coop. And I've got kind of wired up so that I can just plug the extension cord into a little pigtail hanging out below the chicken coop, and that will power the heated waterer, which I just got a new one of as well. It controls a light that's on a timer, and it'll control a heat lamp which is on a temperature controller. So let's run the extension cord, get some power over there. We'll clean things up because there's a lot of dust up in the top. We'll get everything cleaned up and we'll power it up, and we'll show you what's going on. So here you can see the receptacles. I have a 3-way splitter in the one, and my mechanical timer controlling this light. That's an LED light. And then the cord hanging down goes over to the heat lamp, and that blue box in the corner is my temperature controller, and my temperature probe kind of goes down fairly low. Probably not the best spot to have it right by that window, because that's where it's going to be drafty the most, but it's more realistic to where the water is. You can see that I have a dirty old thermometer. It's sitting around 5 Celsius, and up in the corner right there is the heat lamp. It's a 150 watt heat lamp. Alrighty, just got done playing with the chicken coop. We ran a new extension cord for the electrical. We put fresh shavings in the nesting boxes, as well as cleaned up the coop. So that's pretty cool. Got that going. We got lights set up, and I'm not going to set the heat lamp yet because it's not that cold, and I'm not going to worry about the heated water dish just yet. But getting things prepped. It's important to make sure that your chickens have water at all times, especially the winter. A lot of people think that it's not a big deal, but it's dry here in the winter. They also need food, and they need some sort of protection. The coop acts as protection with the heat lamp and the regular light bulb. It keeps things from freezing for the most part, like really cold. I think the coldest I've seen it was right around 0. Last time with the heat lamp there was no ice in the water, so that was perfect, and keeps the rain and the weather off of them. The nesting boxes will frost up a little bit because they're not insulated, but that's alright. We collect eggs every day, so you're not going to have any issues with eggs cracking. Even when we've had some negative 30 Celsius weather, we still haven't had issues. We collect eggs at the end of the day, sort of thing. So anyways, guys, make sure your chickens have everything they need. Get prepped now before the snow flies and you're stuck doing this in the freezing cold weather. So cheers, and enjoy your chickens.